It's Wednesday, everybody, and we're doing champion review early this week because we're going to have a Friday episode, which we will get into in a moment. But we're doing Nidalee and Udyr today.
Yes.
Probably, I swear to God, we say this every fucking time. Probably going to be a short episode because we've already gone over the Udyr rework, but we just want to take a look at what he previously was. So yeah, that's, if it's a short episode, it's a short episode. We got another one on Friday coming for you. But
I mean, we say it's going to be short, but your guys' response to our Q&A last week was really good. So that could end up taking the bigger chunk of time, even over the champion review, because Udyr and Nidalee. Udyr, we talked about his new changes already, so that's a gloss over. I'm not going to bore you guys to death, and Nidalee doesn't really have any changes, so we got that going for us, you know what I'm saying?
Last week on episode 94, our Q&A was just an open mic. We wanted you guys to ask us questions, say anything you guys wanted to. And we got two questions. First comes from Matt, and he says, Riot hands you the delete button. Which champion do you permanently remove from the game, and why is it Yuumi?
Well,
I think
tell you why
everybody,
it's Yuumi.
I think everybody universally would agree that Yuumi just needs to go.
Right, remember back in the day when everyone universally agreed that it was Teemo?
Let's say Teemo or okay, realistically, Yumi's a no-brainer.
Yeah, if
what do you think?
If I had to not count Yuumi, and you pull my arm and said, look, don't pick Teemo, don't pick Yuumi, because those are the memes, obviously, but also the truth. So I mean, there's that. Who do I get rid of? Man, who do I feel like I always when I don't know what to ban? What do I go to? Not counting Yuumi. That's a really good question. I want to say go to Katarina.
Yeah, see, I was
just because I hate playing against that thing.
No, agreed. I was thinking Katarina. The other one that comes to mind is Master Yi. Super.
But Yi is even easier to counter than Katarina.
Right. Those champions are just problematic.
Yes.
I feel like.
Yes.
And
I have a feeling a lot of people would say Akshan on this list too. Because he plays a lot of top lane.
I don't see him that often though.
I don't, but I've seen people in slightly higher elos complaining about Akshan and just how he wins any melee into range matchup. Kind of the same way Quinn does. Just because he can just pelt you from afar, and he pumps out damage, and then he has the revive, obviously, which is pretty gross. But me personally, I think I'm sticking with Katarina just because she just either my teammate plays Katarina and does nothing, or their teammate plays Katarina and carries the entire game for their squad, even if the rest of them are hot fucking garbage. So,
and don't even get me started on Katarina on ARAM. Deals X amount more damage and receives X amount less damage. I fucking hate that shit. And Katarina's on that list.
Listen, if I can play Katarina well on ARAM and I can't play Assassins well in general, there's a fucking problem. That's
literally all you have to do is grab your keyboard and just drop kick it, and you fucking get a pentakill.
That's what they used to say about Rise.
Same thing.
Oh,
drop kick that motherfucker. Also, really quick, I probably should just put this in editing, but my fucking OBS is kind of fucking up right now with video, so I have to turn my video off. I'm sorry, everybody who.
You lost Dean's video, guys. So it's just me.
It looks fucking wild right now. Rand, look at this shit. I'm keeping this in, but look at this shit.
Oh my god.
Sorry, you're gonna have to look at Tyler's fugly face. I'm just kidding.
Oh god, no, I'm just kidding.
You don't have to look at mine, but
seriously, on the note of Matt's question, I totally understand the Yuumi thing. They go to nerf her, and then they're like, well, we're actually gonna buff this because she needs something. It's well, she has literally something. She gives adaptive damage, right? There was a point, which is crazy. There was a point about this time a year ago where she wasn't really played that often. And then I feel like at the beginning of the season, she's just been relevant all season, and there's really not been a place where you shouldn't play her, if that makes sense.
That's fair.
But she does have what's weird is she is very. So she has an inherent disadvantage on the map, right? You're always fighting into a 4v5 because she's not really a full champion. She's really 3/4 of a champion, if that makes sense. Like, she's not a unit that's going to stand alone on her own and be able to do something relevant. However, attached, she makes that champion the extra half champion, if that makes sense. Or maybe the extra quarter champion by giving them extra damage and allowing them to use her abilities to their advantage. But that weakness isn't weak enough. Like obviously when she's dismounted from somebody, she's super easy to kill. And they tried to put in the like you can't mount if you've been any sort of CC that you need to wait for your W to cooldown or whatever. Like you can't hop to somebody, but like I wish there was a way to knock her off of a champion, if that makes sense.
Aside from CC?
Well, she doesn't automatically release from the champion she's on, if that makes sense. Like she controls whether or not the champion dies. You know, if that champion dies, obviously she gets kicked off. But if there was maybe a way to kick her off without that champion dying as like a, you know, being the only way to get her out of there, I wonder if that would do anything. I wonder if they've even toyed with that idea. Like, hey, maybe a knockback releases her from whoever she's on.
Okay, so if she's, I didn't realize this, if she's transferring to another champion, if in that period she can be knocked up and immobilized.
Right. But if she's standing on somebody, like,
got it. Yeah. That's what I was trying to figure out. I couldn't remember.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Because I've seen some weird shit like where people hit blast cones and she flies off.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if there was another way to do that, that was like a loss of movement or a loss of movement control, because that's like a thing that's factored into the game where she could be dismounted based on, I don't know, distance, if she has to travel so many units. Like if Blitz pulls somebody in and she gets left behind, or you know what I mean? Like just think about it. If she's a cat sitting on your shoulder, which is she's literally not, she's floating around you, but obviously she's got to be anchored to that champion somehow. If she was anchored, but then, you know, think of like a parrot on a pirate's shoulder, and that pirate got yoinked, the parrot's probably staying behind a little bit. It's probably not holding on for dear life. Like it'd be pretty hard to do. Or if someone got like in Janet's situation, if she ulties and goes flying backwards, and you would maybe fall forward because of inertia or something. I'm just spitballing, trying to think of a creative way to maybe weaken her a little bit without attacking her kit. You know what I mean? And maybe that would make it a little bit more fair. But right now in our current stand-up, people just want to just delete her because she's annoying as fuck to play against, and there's not really anything you can do other than try to pounce on whoever she's on top of and hope that she's not able to heal enough or fight back very well.
I just personally hate that, like, they're like, they nerfed her healing, and then they're like, oh, we gotta compensate. She's gonna do more damage. We all know I don't like when they just randomly just add damage to champions.
Right.
Like, it's so fucking stupid, dude. But yeah, so okay, we're obviously, I think everyone in the universe is in agreement with Yumi. Maybe not Rand. She was shaking her head at me, so she says no.
Right, and actually, I would almost wonder what anybody else would say to that too. Anybody else in our, you know, any of you guys that are listening, what would you guys think? Because that's actually like just a good question in general from Matt. I mean, shit, we could do a whole 30, 45 minutes on that subject alone, I think.
So then what, Teemo, Yi, Katarina?
Yeah, and Teemo's more of a meme than anything. But yeah, I would say, you know, if you discount Teemo in Yumi, just because Teemo's fucking annoying with this stupid blind and his dumb mushrooms. Not that Teemo's powerful, he's just annoying as fuck to play against. Like, that playstyle's boring, annoying. Get rid of that fucking thing just for that reason alone. But Katarina, obviously, her resets and her just blow up potential while being able to tank damage for no reason is stupid. And then Yi, because if he's very good, he knows how to use that alpha strike and dodge everything, and you're never going to be able to stop him. So I think I agree with those.
Cool. All right, Matt. Well, thank you. And then next up, we had Thoticus, our boy, writing in saying, have you guys seen the new Spirit Blossom skins?
Yes.
Which one of them, or which one are you excited to buy? I love the Set, Legendary, and Darius skins. So let me open up. Got them on display right now.
The Set one is super cool, and actually I like the story where Set's going with it, so I'm intrigued for sure. I don't know who he's holding in his hand.
Probably some dude. Is it
That
Master Yi? Hold on. No,
that looks like a little girl or something. Wait,
I don't
is it
know.
Tristana? No, it's not
No,
Tristana.
I think it's just some dude he was probably beating up.
Maybe. I mean, it does have Yee's ponytail. You might, but there's pointy ears there, which tells me it looks like a little Yordle or something. That's interesting. I think the Aphelios one looks sick in the splash art. I haven't seen the in-game model, although I'm sure it's been out somewhere. I just haven't looked for it. Um, I do not care for Prestige, Spirit Blossom, Master Yi. I
Yeah, I was gonna
don't
say
care.
that one's not. It's okay.
Right.
It's
It's
nothing.
yeah, it's dumb. I don't
Now,
why.
as Thoticus said, the Darius skin actually looks fucking sick.
The Darius one is sick. The York one is sick looking
Oh
too.
yeah, Yorick baby.
Young Rick, dude. I like that they actually put his ghouls in there and they put the maiden in there too.
Right.
I like Evelyn holding what looks to be similar to Kindred's mask.
Yeah, something like that.
I think that's pretty cool, although I don't know.
The one thing I will say about the Evelyn skin is like you literally can look at this and be like, is this Ari? Or
It could be any
it's
female fucking
I
champion in
see
this game.
I see her what are they called? Tendrils? Whatever the fuck
Yeah,
her lashes. I can
yeah,
see like the yeah.
that's
But
it.
taking that away, I'm like,
That's it. That's all you
okay.
can see. Well, what's weird too is like they don't like it looks like part of her outfit coming out of the back, and then
Mm,
you realize that oh yeah, they're connecting over the top, but like that doesn't really look like it's part of her outfit. You know, that doesn't look like those are part of her. I think this, and I agree with you. I think the skin could be like 3 or 4 different champions. Is why I don't like it. And
I
the same thing
really
with
like the
Syndra.
Syndra one.
I don't care
Just
for the
maybe just
Syndra
because
one.
I'm excited for the rework.
Right.
I think it looks cool.
I like that her dark spheres have the little butterflies in them. I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Um, but she just you're just saying could be Ari in this skin realistically. Could
And to be
be Janna with if she kept white hair instead of going to black hair in that skin.
to be
Morgana's got a very similar
fair,
style, so go ahead.
I'm probably not gonna personally buy any of these.
Right.
Probably will do the event pass. Speaking of the event pass, for this worlds, and I think it was in the beginning of the year when they do their like, oh, I don't, they do the champion roadmap. I can't remember what the like video is called when they explain what their plan is for the year.
Right.
But they were talking about changes to event passes, and I believe because I saw a picture, I think it was Skin Spotlights shared a image because on PBE this patch, the Spirit Blossom patch is coming through. The event pass is gonna look like the TFT pass now,
Ooh.
so it's gonna look more like more event passy instead of the little like thing that has all the fucking
Yeah, yeah.
missions on it.
I,
Which I'm
I,
like, it's cool. It's the
I like
same
that
thing,
idea.
but it's gonna probably visually look a little bit better.
Right.
And yeah, probably like I said, I'm probably not gonna buy any of these like personally. I definitely the last one I saved up and got the Janna skin. I don't think I'm gonna save up and get the Yi skin, though. I do believe
We get chromos too, yeah.
Kasante is coming out because Little Nas X is designing
Oh,
his
right.
Prestige skin.
That's right.
And that is coming out on World Finals. So we should be seeing this dude within the next week, I think, on PB. Like probably next week, because the next patch will drop next Wednesday, a week
Wow.
today. And he should be getting revealed soon. So that's pretty exciting. I believe that Prestige skin will probably be World's tokens or whatever the fuck the tokens are for this patch. So I will
Right.
probably be getting that skin.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
Seems
if
cool.
I won't be mad if I happen to get one of these in like an orb or a reroll or something.
Absolutely. I mean, I like the Spirit Blossom aesthetic. It's probably one of my favorites, but there's not one of these that like I don't necessarily play any particularly one of these champions, so nothing's kind of calling me like, oh, that one's sick, I need to get it. But I do like the set one. I think the set one's super cool. He's definitely been needing a good, interesting skin.
Yeah.
The Tristana one's kind of I don't know. Not really a big fan of it. The Straka one's cool though. I do like her staff in that one. The little flame on the inside I think is super cool. But I don't really play that champion. So, none of these are champions I play, so none of them I'm super excited for. However, I think they're still cool.
Agreed. Okay. And then last but not least, we had our poll, which was simply, are you guys excited to watch Worlds? And 100% said yes. And that begins tomorrow on
Yep.
the 29th. I think the second game of the day is it EG versus Fnatic? I think that's what it is.
I think so.
Let's go.
Um,
But
while we're on
but
the topic of
right.
Worlds and Worlds play-ins, I do want to mention, guys, we are gonna. I have opened up in the Discord as of the 27th, by request of who requested it? Of Icy Fire 48. I did open a Pick'ems, a World's Pick'ems tab under the League of Legends tab. So you have a little sub thread for World's Pick'ems. If you guys are participating, and I encourage you to, it makes it a lot more fun to watch, especially if it just kind of keeps you a little bit more invested. Post your pick'ems up. We're gonna go over those later this week. In our Friday episode, we're gonna go over those, and would love to compare what we have versus what you guys have. And some of you may be more knowledgeable on the more foreign leagues. I know we pay attention typically to LEC and LCS. And then I try to keep up with LCK and LPL if I can, but that's usually information I'm getting from like Emily Rand, because she keeps up very well, and so I'm more or less just an echo for that. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to those leagues just because they're on in the middle of the night. I might be able to catch the last one or two games if they're still being streamed in the morning, but usually I'll miss the bulk of them, so I don't keep up enough with those. So if you guys do, I'd love to hear some of your guys' takes on that stuff too. But yeah, post your pick'ems up, dude.
Yeah, the Friday episode, we're gonna be going through them. This is the first year they incorporated play-ins
Yes.
to pick'ems, which is fucking awesome. And they're also threw in a few like champion questions, and like
There's some good ones in there.
there's some good ones in there. We're gonna be going over that. So you guys, if you
Oh, those close on the 29th, by the way.
it's Thursday.
So make your picks before then if you want to get in on those. The regular Worlds ones don't open up until the play-in stage is done.
So if you guys want to join the Discord, find the tab, go ahead and post. I'm not sure if you can like link
You
your
can just
own.
link it. Yeah, when you make it, it'll be like there's a little share button. And then you can just copy that link and post it right in there. Like, I've already linked mine in there for you guys, so you have an example of what you're looking at. And you can see my stupid ass picks.
Yeah, if you guys want it, we'll go over any that are in that channel, and we'll shout you guys out, and we'll discuss, compare, contrast, all that fun stuff. So
Yes, I know I need to change one of them, but I just wanted to make a pick in there
the
so I could
Fnatic
share
one.
it. No, I didn't pick. I did mine this morning, but in the champion section,
Okay.
I picked one, but I was just like, I just need to pick something because I don't know what to put here right now. I haven't gotten that far.
So I guess that'll be fun.
Yeah,
But yeah, anyways, on to the main episode. Wow, we talked for 20 minutes about that.
that's what I'm saying. We
Short
said it's gonna be
episode.
short. It might
Short
be full from the
episode.
Q&A.
So today we got Udyr and Nidalee.
Yes.
Like I said, we already talked about Udyr's rework when that happened. So we're just going to go over his old stuff and see if there's any good info in there.
Yep, and we can't even pick a best skin because we already did that too. So, all right. Well, actually, you know what? We can pick a best skin. It just doesn't exist, and it's clearly Udyr.
Udyr.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Featured in the graphic, by the way.
All right. So we're gonna look at his old abilities, and again, for you guys that didn't know, his old passive was called Monkey's Agility, and states that he has no ultimate ability, but 4 basic abilities. Each ability gains a stance, which have their own unique things. And basically, innate ability cast. When he casts an ability, it gives 3 stacks of the passive for 5 seconds. Stacking 3 times, and each stack grants 5 bonus movement speed and 10% bonus attack speed. So again, times 3 up to 15 movement speed and 30 bonus attack speed. So yeah, old Udyr, even though you would hit like the bear stance, you just like start spamming your abilities so you have bonus movement speed just running around the map. If you ever watched a single Trick 2G video, that dude would just fucking run around the enemy nexus like
Yes.
just spamming abilities. Um, and of course at level 16, I don't think that was originally
No,
the
I don't
thing,
think
and
so.
they have it, but he was able to put a 6 stant. He still is able to do that, a 6 rank into an ability. So three
Yeah,
of
but
his
I don't
abilities
think
could be
I
level
think
6.
that's at any point now. I don't think you have to wait till level 16 to get a
Well,
sixth.
you gotta, I mean, you gotta rank.
Maybe that is level 16 when you get that. Yeah.
It's when you have a point,
Right.
like one of your abilities is maxed out.
Right. You can literally with new Udyr just not put any points in one ability and max the
To
other
be fair,
three.
it's probably a good idea to put. I know they buffed. They buffed his Tiger or
Yes.
his Q on this patch,
Yes.
because before, I mean, Phoenix.
It wasn't even worth going Tiger. It wasn't even worth putting a point in Tiger.
There for sure
There
is
is
just to
now.
get. What, like back old Udyr? Sure, okay.
Right. Oh no, I was just saying with new Udyr before they buffed the Tiger, there wasn't even a point in putting a
No, so I agree. I disagree, just because you're able to spam your passive
right.
much faster,
That's true.
but it's not no point to max it if you're
No.
going Phoenix or
No.
whatever.
Anyways,
So what do you think? This was like a Riot special, very generic stacking stat ability, like
absolutely.
passive.
Absolutely, little stat check. Like, hey, use an ability, run faster, and attack a little bit faster. I don't know. I never got good at playing Udyr because I guess I didn't really understand him very well because it was almost too simple. I don't know. I tried a couple times, and it could just be that I didn't really understand jungle very well, and I didn't really understand his dueling very well. I'd probably never put in enough time with him, to be honest, so that probably is what led to it. But I always thought that he was interesting, and I really fucking hated people that could just sprint around, do circles around you while you're trying to hit him with the fucking point and click stun or something. You know what I mean? It even
Well, it's really
like could be hard to actually click on them and select
right.
them as a unit because he was running so fast.
I mean, remember a lot like last year in LCS and stuff. It was like Udyr Hecarim meta with
Tank.
just Chem Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just fucking it's just homeless dude running fucking Mach 69 through the fucking river.
Yes.
It was just so fast.
Speaking of
and that was like,
dude, I forgot that about that skin concept that never got made.
what was it?
The homeless Udyr.
I
I'm pretty
don't-
sure that
I
was
never-
I'm pretty sure that was one.
I mean, I knew about Bumplank.
Or I thought there was one for Udyr too. I know Bumplank.
To be fair, Udyr looks like a homeless. His old skins look like a
Kind of
homeless
did
dude.
though.
I mean, I guess he was like a monk and he was just like living in the wilderness or whatever. So I guess he's technically homeless.
Maybe
Nothing
there was one.
against
I thought
homeless
there
people,
was,
but-
though.
But yeah, so queued old Tiger stance. This was the dot deer at 3 stacks. Let's see. Basic attacks on hit generate a stack of Tiger at 3 stacks. His next basic attack empowered to consume them all to inflict Tiger Strike and also grant or generate a Tiger stack. So, it's the dot.
Right.
If you stacked 80, like, the scaling on this was pretty insane. It started at 110 and then to 185% AD. Like, if you were just full, even if you went, like, lethality, like, you just fucking one-shot motherfuckers and just, like, walk
Seriously.
away and you see their health melt.
Seriously, it's kind of gross.
It was gross. Leftover damage is dealt instantly upon subsequent infliction. And then it was just upon activation, he'd get attack speed again. Like, very generic, just boom, mixed with Monkey's agility. Just like, boom, you just get a burst of attack speed. But very, very Riot generic passives and actives and
Right. I mean, there's not much to say. You had the strike with the dot. You had the shield with the lifesteal. You had the bear with the slap stun, and you had the phoenix with the AOE. And that's, I mean, there was nothing else to it. I mean, every third hit or whatever for phoenix would be, or is it every third hit or every fourth hit? It might have been every fourth hit because you had to stack it 3 times. You got the AOE charge or whatever, and that was more of an AP style. Obviously, the bear didn't have any scaling. It was just for the stun and the movement speed and the little extra range. And then the turtle was the shield and the lifesteal. I mean,
I will say, I think all the abilities are much better aside from, I think the old Q is just better. I don't know.
yeah, I know they tried to incorporate the volley electrocute
Lightning.
strike, the
Yeah.
lightning strike. Why did I say electrocute strike? I don't know, but they tried to bring in the lightning strike, and it's a cool idea. But they need to do something to make that more worth it because like even the mini Anivia ulti is better than
Oh, I was
the
gonna say like think like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna want to do your awakened R for the AOE slow and then the
right,
little like tornado. The only thing I can
right,
think of is like if you're playing jungle Udyr and you take 1 point in Tiger, it's probably better to like clear single because it does bonus
right,
damage to
right,
single targets, right? So
right.
if you're doing Gromp, if you're doing fucking blue red, it's way better.
But even the Ornn, the E,
The
like you get
stun,
the
yeah.
unstoppable. I mean that's pretty OP as well.
That I was
So
gonna say that's I was gonna say like that's a huge upgrade for that
very big
ability.
upgrade.
The turtle or the W is actually really fucking good. Let me actually see the numbers because like I was playing him and I didn't realize like. So let's see. So it empowers his next 2 attacks that gain life steal and heal him for 1.2% of his maximum health. So if you are going tank, this is what you max second.
Hmm.
And he additionally gains a shield. This is a very stacked ability, by the way. I don't know if you ever like
Yes.
looked at this shit. So when it's awakened, it increases the shield strength. Stacking with the remaining shield from the first cast and heals every quarter second over the next 4 seconds. So you're not even in combat. You just fucking, and if you have your W up and you're like, oh, I just gotta back up. I think I was playing an ARAM and then I was like, realized this, but you just like double tap your W and you just start fucking healing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I got a free, yeah. It's
You,
fucking, it's
you
actually
heal
sick.
that bit of health. So if you heal every quarter second, it actually triggers 16 times. Right?
Heal him
One
for
quarter
is he
second
empowered
for 4
attacks?
seconds. That's 4 times per second. 4 seconds. Yeah, 16 times.
So
16 instances of healing.
2.4% of his max health plus 16% AP.
Yep. So the total healing you're gonna get 10 to 75 based on level, plus at max rank on this, plus 60, plus 32.5% AP, plus 4% max health. So you get a lot of fucking
Yeah,
healing.
you're gonna probably have like 4,000 HP, maybe 3,500, 4,000 if you're just
Yep.
like Sunfire into demonic or whatever. You're just stacking. You heal
Yeah. You look a
so
fuck
much.
ton.
Yeah, so I think that was a great upgrade on
Yep.
that one. And then yeah, the R, the Phoenix Ringborn Storm. I think I like Phoenix better.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Kingborn Storm, they should have kept it. Maybe like, is Anivia's called Ice Storm?
Is it Glacial Storm or something?
It might be Glacial Storm.
Mm.
Look it up.
But that was a huge upgrade. Just I think that's what makes this chance. If he didn't have like an AOE, like how long does it go for?
It
4
is Glacial
seconds.
Storm, by the way.
It is glacial. Okay, so like the fact that like it sucks to fight this dude when he has that, because you're just
Right.
sitting in that and you're being slowed and you're taking the additional damage when it's awakened.
Right.
Like
It's like almost like a mini Victor ult.
it's like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna have to sit in this and fucking take the damage and be slowed.
It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, to be fair, but it does
No.
enough to just like as you're being pelted with other
You
abilities.
can't get away from him.
Right. Right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. It does enough to hold you there and be annoying. It doesn't do enough for him to try to finish anybody off with it, though. Like you have to follow up with it, if that makes sense.
All right.
But
What's the best Udyr skin? Let's go back to the old ones first. Let
it's
me look at the old ones.
clearly new deer.
Yeah, of all time, that's the best one of all time.
His new skins, you got to go black belt. Of his old skins, I want to say Spirit Guard, but that should have been his base realistically. So I'm gonna go with definitely not Udyr.
Yeah, I think the old one just looked hella fucking gross. The definitely not one.
That was so funny though. It was just like wearing different PJs. I thought that was hilarious.
It's like onesie fucking
Right,
pajamas. Yeah, it's
right,
fucking
right.
great. Yeah, I'd say like out of old, I think the generic is just Spirit Guard. But now, yeah, for sure either black belt. I even like the new definitely not. Just the fucking I'm assuming it's a Brahms face, like the mustache and the eyeballs popping out.
That's what it looks like.
He looks like he's wearing like a Brahm mask. That's incredible.
Right. I love how they went back and like put him in front of that picture too, because everybody else is the same. And the The rest of the splash art didn't really change, but Udyr's right front and center. So good.
All right, guys. So let's move on to Nidalee.
Nidalee, who also has, well, not also, but she doesn't have anything old that's worth talking about other than her icon. So it's just Nidalee. She hasn't changed very much, which is okay. I don't have a problem with that. But I don't remember before what her passive did. And they don't have any like old part about it, but her passive is Prowl. And like the most important part of her passive now is the Hunt passive. And if you hit a monster or enemy champion with a Javelin Toss or Bushwhack, so either Q or W in human form, while they're nearby, they get a mark called Hunted, reveals them for 4 seconds. And I believe the reveal is True Sight. Yes, it is. And Nidalee gets a 10% bonus movement speed towards them, increased to 30% when facing them nearby. And her takedown and pounce are empowered. So I know her takedown, she gets extra range, and I think her pounce is extra damage. Yeah, extra damage by 40%.
I went down to the bottom where it has the patch history.
Yes.
And patch 411 is when they added it. So, so before that, so damn, it's been 8 years.
I didn't realize it's been that long. I still feel like that's relatively new.
Yeah, I mean, she gets like you said, they increase the movement speed towards the target, the extra pounce. I think the pounce was like the biggest fucking thing.
It was definitely the pounce was the big thing.
Nidalee, I feel like Nidalee doesn't seem like a very mechanical intensive champion, but man, if you ever like feel like playing her and then you're like, oh shit, I need to learn how to fucking transfer or transform back and forth between human and cougar form.
Right.
Like it's a nightmare. It's so much to fucking like take into consideration.
Yeah, if you're really good at this champion, you're damn near unkillable because I think like she gets lost on a lot of people, especially because like I think most people end up playing her in ARAM, but she's just known for throwing javelins because they deal damage based on distance traveled before they hit you. And so I think a lot of people are just like, yeah, she's the javelin champ, but don't really understand what the rest of her kit does, and that her cougar form is just as important as her human form.
I've been seeing, I watch Lorlo every once in a while, and he plays AD Nidalee top with like grasping and dying,
Jesus.
And that shit's pretty gross. It's just assaulting.
Cougar, just because you get a lot of damage in cougar, right, for attack speed bonus and stuff.
Yeah, I mean you're just swapping back and forth and like assaulting them,
right,
and just not dying with the amount of fucking sustain you have, not only from grasp but from your heal.
Right.
It's pretty gross.
Right.
Pretty cool.
I mean, I know her Q takedown in cougar form does scale off of AD. And everything else she has scales off AP, but I could totally see someone, even if they wanted to go on hit with that, because you do get like a nice, I think all of her, it might not be takedown, maybe it's swipe. I think.
Also, can we get some better names?
Yeah, I know, right?
These are fucking horrible.
Takedown, pounce, and swipe I think are fine. Javelin toss is kind of okay, whatever. Bushwhack, but they tried. Primal surge is But like, swipe? Yeah, you primal surge yourself. And then you swap into cougar form, and you have an immense amount of free attack speed. I mean, at max rank, you get 60% attack speed. And I think it's her... I don't remember if it's her Q or E. One of them actually works with on-hit effects. And it may not tell you in here. But, yeah. I can see that working AD, but you have to be really good at, like, swapping and getting that... like I said, getting that primal surge onto yourself.
I don't know. You have anything else to say?
I mean, she's really annoying with her dumb traps. Like, even though they don't do a whole lot of damage, they're fucking annoying. You run over a trap. It's like Jin traps, right? Except for Jin traps actually do a surprising amount of damage if you just stand on it and let it pop on you. The Nidalee ones pop, and like she generally is a champion. She probably, like, in a regular game, you're not playing, off meta Nidalee. You're probably building Ludens. Most likely, you could go Night Harvester, depending on what you're doing, if you're trying to be more poke, you go Night Harvester, but that's probably more of an ARAM style build. You're probably building Ludens on this champion. And so, like, you just be walking and you're, like, running into a bush or something like that, and all of a sudden a Luden's proc hits you, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why did I just take a dumbass amount of damage for no reason?
And then you get marked.
Yeah, then you get marked, and then she starts
jumps
sprinting
over the
at
wall
you. Yeah, you're like, what the fuck just happened? Like, she has some cool plays for sure. She definitely is a flashier champion. But I think she's on the lower skill level of the flashier champions, if that makes sense. I think Riven takes a lot more skill than she does. I think Lee Sin takes a lot more skill. Maybe Fiora might not take as much. No, Fiora takes a lot of skill because you got to be able to weave around the fight and hit those vitals. So I think Nidalee's probably the least mechanically intensive of the flashy champions. However, the more mechanical skill you have with this champion, I think you can do more than those other champions that I mentioned. So I think there's a little bit of give and take with that. Like, she definitely can be played a lot stronger compared to a Lee Sin, or like a Fiora or a Riven. I think Riven's kind of shitty in the game in her current state anyways. So beyond that, I don't really have anything else to add to this champion. I mean, I remember it used to be fun when we were playing bots to try to play her support because of her heal. And like just throwing javelins and like nailing people. That's really fucking annoying, but she's an expensive build kind of champion, so I probably wouldn't do that.
All right, the all-important question.
That's a tough one, dude. She's got so many fucking skins.
I'm just going to say French Maid was the first skin I ever owned in this game.
Really?
The first skin I think I bought.
That was a good one. Headhunter was a classic. Bewitching's good. I like Pharaoh because she's got the Sphinx Cat. Man, Snow Bunny was pretty good too. I do like Cosmic Huntress. I think that one's super sick. That's the one they use for Astral and TFT.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen the Damwon one. I don't think I recall seeing that. And I don't recall seeing too much of the Ocean Song. Man, best skin though. I gotta go Headhunter. I like her Cougar form in Headhunter.
I'm just gonna have to say
French Maid.
French Maid.
It's a
They
solid
need to make.
choice.
Can we make more French Maid skins, please?
Oh, so you want more skin lines?
Oh my god! Check it out. Poll. Which skins do you guys want us to bring back? Everyone votes French Maid, and it's gonna be nothing anywhere close.
That's so funny. Do you know that Nidalee used to have a hidden passive where nearby allied champions gain 5 bonus XP every 5 seconds if Nidalee's higher leveled? Talk about fucking broken.
They took that out. You said was that old?
It was a hidden passive.
That's the stupidest shit.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Like, what is it? Why would you do that? Like, fucking riot. All right, guys. I think our question is more about the world stuff than it is about the champions. The champions don't lend themselves to any questions or polls, really. I don't know. You got anything other than the basics?
I'm just gonna say, y'all have some homework to do. Just do your pick'ems.
Do pick'ems, yeah. Seriously.
Post them in the Discord, and we'll go over them for Friday's episode. So
I'm down. I'm down with that.
So.
All right, guys.
That's gonna be it. As always, like, rate, share, leave reviews anywhere you're listening to this.
Anywhere.
Join the Discord. Come talk to us. Play some games. And other than that, make sure to watch the NA games or NA games. We'll watch the NA games because I want NA, but watch the World's game starting on Thursday. I think it's 1 p.m. Pacific.
I will tell you right now. I had it pulled up
because it's in Mexico City.
It is Pacific time. It is 1 p.m. Pacific. So there we go.
All right, guys. Yeah, we will see you on Friday. So enjoy your week.
Bye, y'all.